Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are cracking the code on a huge topic. What are the essential skills you actually need to make it in the age of AI? There's so much noise out there, so we're going to build a super clear roadmap from the absolute basics all the way to the cutting edge. All right, let's just dive right in. So, why is everyone talking about this right now? Well, check this out. According to Gartner, the demand for specialist AI skills, it didn't just grow. It tripled in just 4 years. This isn't some slow-moving trend. It's a tidal wave, and it's completely reshaping the job market as we speak. And this isn't just a thing for tech companies anymore. Not at all. AI is fundamentally changing pretty much every industry you can think of. I mean, from how doctors diagnose illnesses, to how your smartphone works, to the spam filter in your email. It's everywhere. AI is kind of like the new electricity, just powering everything behind the scenes. To help make sense of all this, we're going to use a really simple metaphor, the AI skills pyramid, right? Every strong structure needs a solid base, and for AI, that foundation is the core technical toolkit. These are the absolute non-negotiables. First step on that foundation, programming. Think of it this way. Programming is the language we use to speak to machines. It's how you design, build, and tell an AI system what to do. Without a solid grasp of programming, you're kind of locked out of creating anything truly new in the world of AI. And when we talk about languages, a few key players stand out, and they each have their own job. Python is the fan favorite. It's just so simple, and it has these massive libraries ready to go for AI tasks. Java, that's the workhorse for huge, complex systems. R is a statistician's dream for deep data analysis. And SQL? Well, that's the universal key you need to talk to databases and get the data out. Speaking of data, that brings us to the second pillar of our foundation. I mean, you can have the most powerful algorithm in the world, but without good, clean data, it's totally useless. Data is the raw material. It's the fuel that powers all of artificial intelligence, period. So to handle that fuel, you need a very specific set of skills. It starts with designing databases, sure, but the real work, it's in getting that raw data ready. We're talking about things like data wrangling, which is kind of like cleaning up a messy garage before you can build anything cool. Then you've got feature selection, which is all about helping the AI focus on what's actually important in the data. This is the unglamorous but absolutely critical work that makes AI even possible. Okay, so we've laid our foundation of code and data. Now we can start building the next layer of our pyramid. And this is where the magic really starts to happen. This is all about teaching machines how to learn for themselves. So what is machine learning, really? Here's the key idea. It's a way to get computers to learn from experience. So instead of us writing out every single step for every single possibility, we just feed them a ton of data and let them figure out the patterns on their own. And you don't have to look very far to see this in action, because it is already woven into our daily lives. That song Spotify just recommended to you, the Face ID on your phone, Siri understanding what you just asked, that is all machine learning. It's the engine behind all the smart, predictive technology we use every single day. Now, broadly speaking, machines learn in two main ways. First, there's supervised learning. This is where you give the AI labeled examples, like a bunch of photos of cats that are all labeled cat. It learns from those examples to identify new cats. Then you have unsupervised learning. Here you just give it a massive, unlabeled data set, and its job is to find the hidden patterns all by itself, like grouping your customers into different types based on how they shop. Okay, so you can build the machine with code and data, and you can even teach it how to learn. But in this new world of generative AI, how do you actually talk to it? How do you get it to do the specific thing you want it to do? That question brings us to what might be the single most valuable skill you can learn right now, in terms of return on investment, the art of prompting. This is the new way humans and AI collaborate, and honestly, it's foundational for everything that comes next. And there's this fantastic kind of silly way to remember how to do it right. Tiny crabs ride enormous iguanas. It stands for task, context, and resources. So what you wanted to do, the background info it needs, and some examples to follow. Then you evaluate the output. and you iterate on your prompt until you get exactly what you want. The key here is to treat it like a conversation, not just a one-off command. Now, we've reached the top of our pyramid. This is the frontier. This is where things get really, really exciting. We're moving beyond just asking the AI questions to building systems that can actually act and create things for us. Let's talk about AI agents and vibe coding. So, think of an AI agent as like a digital employee. It's a system that doesn't just respond to you, but can autonomously take actions. We're talking booking flights, managing your calendar, answering customer emails, all to achieve a goal that you've given it. So what really makes an agent work? Well, OpenAI breaks it down into 6 key parts. It needs a brain, that's the core model. It needs hands to do things, those are its tools. It needs a library and a notebook, that's its knowledge and memory. Of course, it needs a voice and ears, audio and speech. And finally, you need safety guardrails and an orchestration system to manage the whole thing. And all of this leads to this mind-bending new concept. And it was perfectly captured in this now famous quote from OpenAI's Andrej Karpathy. He calls it vibe coding. And believe me, it represents a massive shift in how we'll create software. Vibe coding is pretty much what it sounds like. It's building an application just by describing what you want in plain English. You focus on the what, the features, the user experience, the overall vibe, and you let the AI handle the how by writing the actual code for you. It's wild. But to do this well, you still need a process. And yep, there's another great mnemonic for this one. Tiny ferrets carry dangerous code. This stands for really deep thinking about what you want to build, guiding the AI with the right frameworks, saving your progress at regular checkpoints, methodically debugging with the AI, and always giving it rich context like mockups and examples. And there you have it, the AI skills pyramid. We started at the very bottom with the foundation of programming and data. We built up to machine learning. Then we learned how to talk to it through prompting. And finally, we reached the frontier of building with agents and vibe coding. Every single layer builds on the one before it. So, I'll leave you with this final thought. As AI gets unbelievably good at the how, at writing the code and handling all the implementation details, what becomes our most valuable contribution? Is it having the vision for what to build in the first place? Is it having the taste to know what's actually good? Or is it just having the curiosity to ask the right question? Something to chew on. Thanks for watching.